I don't. Like, social media is not real. Like,
welcome to my crib. There's nothing here.
Yeah.
Now there's a rehab for people.
There is.
Please. I need to go.
Dream blunt rotation, and my dream threesome
Yes.
is Michelle Obama and Barack.
Woo! You're
Thank
such
you.
a vibe. Thank
You are a vibe. We're vibing. Are we flirting with each other?
Maybe.
Welcome to unMASCed. Today we have a phenomenal woman. Please welcome Coco, founder of That Good. Hi. Ciao.
Ciao.
How are you?
Starting with the accents already.
I love it. It's gonna be a good show with that. How are you doing today?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
I am well.
You're well. The skin is skinning.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank
Good.
you.
Got a good glow.
Thanks.
What's your secret?
My daughter, she gives me all the tips and tricks. She's obsessed with skincare and most of the stuff she can't use. So she's like, you know what, Mom? It's time. I'm like, she's like, you need some actives. I'm like, do I?
I love that
Yeah.
though.
But
That's
no,
great.
I've been on a kind of health kick. I haven't been drinking for a while.
Okay.
And just getting more sleep
Yes.
and really investing in my health. It's like the New Year's resolution that actually stayed.
I love that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was reading something that it's like it takes 13 days to like, or 13 days into January is when most people drop off their resolutions. But then
that's me usually.
Yeah, but then the trick is to just jump right back on. Because if someone's like, oh, I messed up for a day, I'm going to just give up. You have to just jump back on it.
You have to keep doing it.
You just have to keep it.
And I started this year before New Year's. Like,
smart.
Boxing Day.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm just gonna take a break from drinking. I'm just gonna wake up every morning and I'm gonna do Peloton. And that was
good for you.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just mobility.
Yes.
But a lot of times it's just walking because I love walking outside and the weather is just horrible, but I have the treadmill.
Yeah.
And I just get up, even if it's just 10 minutes, it's something. It's like making that commitment to yourself.
Yes. I love that. It's that self-love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need that.
We do. Oh my gosh, we do. Especially like, Kate, you are an entrepreneur, a business owner, a mom. How do you make time for yourself? Like, is it just the morning or like, what do you do? What's your guilty pleasure? To unplug. You have a moment to yourself. What's that guilty pleasure?
Real Housewives.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which one?
Anyone. Any
of them?
Yeah, but Beverly Hills is like the OG for sure.
Okay.
It's my favorite just because they're ridiculous, but I love it.
Okay.
You know? Potomac is hilarious. Someone just put me on. I hadn't been watching that.
Okay.
I just like the idea. Like, what I like now, and a lot of people don't, is the transition to, these women are not housewives, right? Maybe there's a couple of them.
Yes.
But they all have like Bosmas on. I think she's such an incredible marketer, and I'm locked in. So
yeah, because they're all like business owners. They all have like that, and they're bad bitches.
Bad.
And you were a bad bitch.
I know. Thank you.
Yes. But I think it's so true that it's like, oh, like you can be a mom, you can be a wife, but you could also be a badass in business.
100%.
Yeah. I have a confession. I'm a bad gay. I've never seen Housewives.
Stop.
I know.
We have to have a watch party.
I know. It's so true. I'm the worst gay ever. My girlfriend's like, how have you never seen it? I'm like, I've never seen it.
So what's your guilty pleasure? Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with TV.
No, it actually is. It's like, it's movies.
Okay, which movie? Yeah. What's your favorite?
Currently, it's Wicked. I've hyperfixated on that. But I think I really love Forrest Gump.
Oh, Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Forrest Gump's like a classic for me. Or I just like, I'm like, what else? There's so many. Harry Potter, Legally Blonde. Yeah. Just like escape into another world. Right. That's what I like.
Love.
Yeah. So that's my guilty pleasure for sure, which is good. So you founded That Good and a few other businesses. So what was your first adventure? Maybe tell your story a little bit.
First adventure in kind of an entrepreneurial role was I've always had a lot of jobs, and I'm Jamaican, and while I was at university and working at the mall and working at Investorline, which is a discount brokerage, I started bartending.
Okay.
And that was like the real first foray into like an entrepreneurship, because you kind of are your own little island. You're your own little business there.
Yes.
You got to get people to come to your bar. You got to get people to come to the club.
Yes.
So that's where I started promoting and having a guest list and making sure people always came to see me. So that was like my first foray into entrepreneurship.
Yeah. That's smart.
I mean, retrospectively, like
Yeah.
looking back at it, I made a ton of money during
Yeah.
that time because it was before bottle service and people
Yeah.
had to buy like drink for drink. So I was
Yes.
selling a lot of alcohol,
Yeah.
making great tips, and that's how everything started. I was able to
Mhm.
invest some of that money um,
Mhm.
in real estate and just went from there.
There you go. And look at you now.
I mean, still fighting the good fight.
Yeah. But how do you stay motivated?
uh, so many ways. I
Yeah.
think having responsibility is just naturally you're going to have to be motivated.
Yes.
I have a daughter, and I have 5 employees,
Yeah.
right? So it's like not a woe is me situation, but it's like I
Yeah.
get the chance to help bring in money and support people who work
Yeah.
with me and for me, and that's a great motivation. And
Yeah.
also being a woman in business, that's
Yes.
a natural motivation. I want to
Yes.
win.
Yes. And I want you to win too, which is
No, no.
good. I want you to win, and I think, you're a part of the Women That Inspire series,
Thank
which
you.
is so great. So, what advice do you have for women out there that are wanting to start their own business, or maybe are feeling a little scared or defeated because it's tough?
Oh, so much advice. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time now. But I still feel like I'm 20. It's weird.
Yeah.
You'll see as you get older, you just like, wait a second. I'm 44. But advice is just to keep going, right?
Yeah.
Like someone told me when I was really young, I was really social media was just starting,
Hmm.
and someone just told me like if you have the tenacity to stay and keep doing it, something's going to come out of it because a
Yes.
lot of people are going to quit. And a lot of
Yes.
people quit because
Yes.
there's so many reasons to quit.
Yes.
Right? And I always say like failure isn't quitting. Like
Yeah.
just because you failed at one iteration or
Yeah.
one way it was going failed doesn't it's just a lesson, and
Hmm.
that's not quitting. It's just reinventing something else and coming at it from a different angle.
Yeah, period. And that kind of goes back to like what we were talking about earlier, where it's like the New Year's resolution. Like if you
Right.
fall off the bandwagon, that's okay.
Get back on.
Get back on. Just keep trying.
Right.
Yeah.
Every that there's all these kind of quotes that people say, and
Yeah.
the reason why they stick is because they're true.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow's a new day.
Yeah.
It's like how do you? Everybody's like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed, and my husband's favorite quote is, I'll be like, oh my god, there's just so much going on, and he's like, how do you eat an elephant? I'm like, why are we eating elephants? And he's like, how do you eat an elephant? I'm like, one bite at a time, and
That's true. I was like, how do you? I've never heard that one before. How do you? One
Yeah.
bite at a time,
Yeah.
one step at a time.
Right.
Yes, it's very true. I think from like a content perspective, I'm like, okay, video didn't hit. It's okay. We have a new day. We're gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep doing that, and it's just consistency.
And,
Yeah.
And the whole idea, I think, this whole idea that you have to go viral or you have to have these big moments. Anybody who'll tell you who's gone viral, you have to go viral again.
Yeah.
Right. So anybody who's written a book, they're like, you have to write another book or a hit song.
Yeah.
It's like you become like a prisoner to your success as well.
Yeah.
So just keep going.
Yeah. Just keep going, but also finding the balance too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I don't believe in balance at all.
Okay, let's talk about that.
I just don't. I think it's something that's sold to women
Okay.
as this idea that you can have this perfect nirvana where, like, your kid's fed and happy and loves you, and your husband, you have all the sex and he's thrilled and everything's beautiful and you never fight, and your body, you've got an 8-pack and everything's just working at the same time. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes something's got to lose for something to win.
Yes.
And that's just the reality of out there in the world. So that's
Yeah.
definitely going to be the reality about you as a human being. And once you're okay with that, then you're able to move more freely and not. Women just have this really tough thing that they've got to be everything to everybody all at the same time, and it's impossible.
It is.
So
you can't be everything to everyone.
You can't.
And then some,
Exactly.
Yeah. So how did you, like, I guess that's a lot of like mental work, right? Like feeling like, oh crap, like maybe I'm not doing this in a certain area. Like how do you get over that mentally? I don't even know how to word that question because a lot of people are like,
just knowing the truth, right? Like stop
Yeah.
lying to yourself or believing the lies that you're seeing, right?
Yeah.
Like that it looks like it's so perfect. How many YouTube stars do we have to see completely combust before we realize like that life that they put out there is not real?
Period.
Right? The internet is not real. It's the best things that people
Yes.
show you. It's your highlight reel.
Yes.
You know, and once you realize that you don't need to stack yourself up to like a facade,
Yeah.
then you're able to go
Yeah.
every day and be like, I'm just do your best.
Yes. You just have to try your best. Try your best. You know,
all these things we learned in elementary school really ring true constantly.
Constantly. We just need to listen to
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Just listen. If only it was easier said than done.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But I believe in like the pendulum, right? Like it's sometimes this area it's gonna be lacking.
Yes.
Because you're filling this area,
Right.
but it can go back.
It can
right?
go
It
back.
can go back. And it's all about communication as well. Like that's a
Mhm.
key. But I say social media, like online. I'm like the influencer. There's like social media is not real. Like it is
Yes.
literally
Yeah.
so fake.
Yeah, it is fake.
Because it's like people are like, oh wow, you've gotten so great in your journey. I'm like, I literally had a mental breakdown like 5 minutes ago.
Right. Right. But people
Yeah.
want to believe that that there's this somewhere out there that's easy land.
Yeah.
Like you look at even the biggest celebrities in the world, how many breakdowns have they had
Absolutely.
in order to keep this picture perfect ideal?
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the problem too, right?
Yeah, it's that pressure.
Right.
Like you put like it's crazy. Now it's like a therapy session, you know, like frig. But it's like, you know, growing up, I felt like this pressure to live a certain life for my parents, right? That's why I stayed in the closet for so long.
Right.
And then when I'm out of the closet, now I'm like, oh, I have to give this perfect life on social media. And then I made a I made a commitment. I'm like, I'm gonna only date myself for a year.
Let that go.
I am not single.
Well, see, but that's
but then I
also
felt
kind of
guilty.
the beauty of that, right? Like you put it out that you're going to take care of yourself, and you instantly attract the thing that you've wanted, and that's okay.
That's okay, but I felt scared to tell people online because they're like, you went against your commitment, and it's like, but you know what? You just have to do what's best for you.
Exactly.
And have you done that? I'm assuming in business, like you've done what's best for you
many times.
Yeah.
Closed businesses. I changed partnerships. I own this company outright on my own.
Yeah.
Lots of things. I've made decisions for myself. It's taken me a long time. To finally decide that it was okay for me to want to put myself first. That's hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
Especially as like perfect people pleaser academy I went to as a kid, for sure.
I went to that school too. Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now there's a rehab for people pleasers. I need to go.
We should do an event that's literally like recovering people pleasers, like truly.
Let's do it here.
Okay, there we go. And we're going to walk you through the space that this event is going to happen shortly.
I love that.
Yeah, that's a great event. So many people. So we're going to switch it up a little bit, and I'm going to ask you some just like fun questions. Okay? So if your life was a marketing campaign, what would your tagline be? And you could take a minute to think about it.
Just do it.
Okay. Yeah. Just do it.
100%. I think so many people get so caught up in the like planning of something.
Yeah.
And I'm a planner. Like by trade, we produce massive events.
Yes.
But if I stayed trying to perfect everything that I wanted to put out into the world, nothing would ever go out in the world.
Period.
So just
Just do it. I love that advice.
As they wear Solomon's and not Nikes, but it's fine.
Hey Nike, how you doing? I love that. Okay, so what is one venture that you would never start?
Again, a hair salon.
Okay.
Oh my God, no.
Did you start the business? Did you cut hair as well?
No, God, I just owned the business with a partner, and it was. Yeah, hair stylists are artists.
Yes.
And I think I'm not a hairstylist, so I think a lot of times you have to be that person in order to be in that world. So I would never do that again. It's very, very hard.
That's fair. Over the years in marketing that you've done, I'm sure you've heard many outlandish and wild pitches.
Yeah.
Can you spill the tea on anything that you've heard that was like absolutely wild?
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
I think I'd love to have like an actual anecdote, but most of the time it's massive brands coming to want to have a massive expression with absolutely no money. like no money. It's like,
Yeah.
sorry, but we just don't have the budget for that. And you look and you're like, okay, you're $1 billion business.
Yeah.
That's why you're $1 billion business. Got it.
Yes.
But we can't
Yeah.
create your vision, which is sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. The profitability versus like the experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, as a company, we don't want to put something out that's like doesn't represent their brand or our brand. And
yes.
so we get a lot of that.
That's fair. If you could have dinner with 3 entrepreneurs, dead or alive, who would they be?
Oprah Winfrey, Emma Gerd, is that how you say her name? Emma Gerd, co-founder of Skims and American.
Oh, Good American? Okay, yes. Great, yes.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And Obama.
I
love him.
I love Obama.
I just want to talk to him. He's just so cool.
Me too. My dream, with my show I can be as wild as I want, but my dream blunt rotation and my dream threesome is Michelle Obama and Barack.
Ooh, okay.
Literally.
Wow.
I stand business on that. Like, absolutely.
Yes.
Both threesome and blunt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to seem naked.
That's fair.
But I love that for you.
For me, I would just like, I don't know. I love Michelle. I want, like, it's more Michelle. But Barack, like, I don't know. He can stand in the corner, like, you know. But
yeah, just watch. You just watch.
You can just watch. But that's
he can like narrate
it. Like, he has such a good voice. Such a good voice. That's why I'm like, he's a vibe, you know. If you, since you like dinner and like curating experiences, what is your dream dinner of 5 people? Where are you eating, and what's the playlist?
Okay, now we went from 3 to 5, so I can
3 to 5. Yeah, you can add 2 more. So those 3 people.
I invite Michelle because Barack's there, and I think she's incredible.
There. If you don't invite me to sit
there,
in between Barack and
Michelle.
There you
go. Nana's coming. And you'll break all the uncomfortableness, and then here we are. Okay.
There you go. But aside from me, do you have anyone else? I won't get offended.
Not off the top. I mean, there's so many people I'd love to have conversations with.
Yeah.
But that's a good table.
That is a good table.
Would it be?
Yeah, and what music?
My backyard.
Oh, cute.
And music would be a playlist by a really good friend of mine who, 1985, he's a DJ and a producer.
Okay.
But he just plays. We went on vacation with him last year on our like team trip, and he played music the whole time, and he's just so incredible. Just from the genres, I love people who know music.
Yes.
So they'll play like I love everything, and they'll just play from all different genres. So you'll be like yacht rock to like 90s hip hop to like dance.
Yeah.
You know?
To like it's a mix.
It's a mix.
It's a mix. A mix
so
is
you could
always
be having conversation, but then all of a sudden you're just scream singing a song.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
But not too loud. You still want to be able to hear people.
I get you. It's like you're vibing in the chair and you're
you're just
all
like
group singing.
Chair dancing.
Chair dancing.
We love a chair dance.
Chair dance. We do. We do. Now we just have there we go.
Just like that.
Yeah, just a vibe. I love it. All right. What is one of the most chaotic but brilliant things that you've done in your business?
So we operate in chaos.
Love that.
So it's hard for me to pick one. But a lot of the time, so we do events for Drake, and we get about, I'd say the maximum amount of time we get is 72 hours to do a production. So, and we've done something off of 5 hours. So it's chaos. And it's
5 hours to plan an event?
Yeah, it's incredible. But it's at the same time, it's stress inducing on every level. But it keeps you on your toes. And what's so great is that we're able to play with like the best things, the best sound, the best food, the best, but because you don't have a lot of time, it's why we are so up on trends and what's out there in the zeitgeist, because we know we're not going to have a lot of time to activate.
Yeah.
So we really have to stay plugged in, and I think that's what's so great about our team. Like, we're really dialed in to what's cool, and then we create what we think is the coolest.
Love that. Yeah. And you do cool events. I saw. I couldn't go to the one, but when you had the entire candy table. Was
Oh
that
yeah,
was
that
that
was
your
our Christmas
this
party.
Christmas party?
Yeah, yeah.
I've never had more FOMO in my entire
we
life.
missed you. We'll do it
I
again.
can't remember. I was probably doing some Italian shit that day, but like
Not
Italian shit, you know, because
general.
it was just general. It was very like probably like helping my mother with something.
Right.
But I saw that and I was like, this looks so cool. And then you had a claw machine. Was I filming that day? I love how you knew what I was doing.
Yep,
I love it. You were filming.
knows.
I was doing something. Yes, I was. But yeah, that looked good.
Yeah,
It was great.
We love to have a good time,
absolutely.
and like a good time that is not necessarily based on a metric, right?
Yeah.
So when we get to have our own things that we share with our friends that we work with, it's always the best expression, because it's just like, what would we want to do? We want to, we do a lot of things with brands that want to work with creators.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, you forget about the people that are working in those spaces, right? Like the PR people, the marketing people that are creating these events. They never get to go on their own to have that fun.
Yes.
So that's what we try to curate, is like all the people that make those amazing things happen. This is finally one time for you.
Yes, I love that, because it's important. That's important.
It is.
It is.
There can be this kind of, and I see it more and more now. There's a lot of jealousy around creators.
Yeah.
Which I think is just like, if you really are jealous, please go ahead and do the hard work that it takes to be that creator. You won't.
Yeah.
So this is not a shade to creators, because I know how hard they work.
Yeah.
But I think that the brands need to oscillate between creators who are essentially advertisers for them and customers who buy the product.
Yes.
And people who are just living and loving the product. And that's a lot of work we're doing with brands now, is showing the love to people who are actually spending the money.
Yeah.
And showing the love to creators.
I feel like you guys do a really good balance.
Thank you.
And it's a vibe too. Like
we love a vibe.
It was such a vibe. Like with the Cam H Blue Mondays.
Oh, yeah, that was so nice you came by.
It was a freaking vibe. Like
Thank you.
Good music, and then just good people, and then met a lot of people from the remix remix program, which is really wonderful. So I know it, but the people don't know. So what is the remix project?
So the remix project is well, we're into our 20th year.
Yeah.
This year, which is amazing.
Yes.
And it was founded for the idea, some of our founders were looking for a place to go to be able to create music, an artistic program. And it grew into not necessarily an alternative school, but a place where people could go and get credit for school, and learn the art of business, the art of PR, and the art of music.
Love that.
And now we own our own space, and we have a cohort in every year. And yeah, like I said, it's our 20th year, so it's a big year, and it's crazy how time flies. And now my whole team works with Remix. We donate hours to them.
Love that.
And it's really part of our program, because it's so important. We actually employ some of our staff. It's from Remix.
Yeah.
They have thousands of alumni who are now working. They go through the program, and it's predominantly for at-risk youth.
Yep.
They go through the program, and it gives them so much, not only tactical knowledge, but hope for greater and bigger things.
Yeah.
And they work with so many of these amazing brands, like all the music labels. All the music labels sponsor and support Remix.
Love
so
that.
a lot of them go and have jobs there. All the banks
Amazing.
support it.
Amazing.
So it's a really, really great program. If you haven't heard about it, check it out.
Where can they find info on it?
It's their handle on Instagram is at the Remix Project.
Perfect. It will be linked in the below.
Yeah, and we're looking for ambassadors too. So if you're interested, if people are interested in the program and learning more, we'd love to have you.
Love that.
Yeah.
I think that's so beautiful. You're giving back to the community. You're helping uplift, which is amazing. And like, to me, like, that's a legacy, which is great. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Because I think more people need to be doing that shit. Truly.
I understand why people are overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like, it's really expensive to live.
Yes.
And it's hard to like get out of just your day to day to then think about giving back. But I learned earlier on that giving back, I mean, this is not altruistic at all. The more you give, the more you get.
Absolutely.
And it's just part of who I am. And I've made some of the best relationships in my life by being part of the Remix Foundation, our charity, and giving back.
I love this.
Thank you.
Very great. So what legacy do you want to leave behind? You're leaving a beautiful one, but like what is that legacy that you aspire to leave?
I think legacy is a tough thing because a lot of times when you hear about it, especially from men, it kind of comes into like, this idea that people are going to remember you for all of these amazing things you did, but mostly it has something tied to money. But I mean, if I actually thought about legacy, and I haven't had time to think about legacy, but just I would want people to remember me for being a good person.
Yeah.
And that's about it. So people probably won't remember much. I mean, if you think about it, people don't really think about super famous people who have died that like months after, or the queen, or and I'm not saying that she was the best person who ever existed, but she died, and it's like we're on to something else.
Yeah, but I think the people around you in your circle
Yeah,
will always remember you,
that's true.
right? And I think of it like maybe it's a cultural thing, and I think the Spanish community does it as well, but you always talk about those that passed.
Oh, really?
To honor their memory, right? So it's like, even let's say if it's two people, those two people are still honoring your legacy.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's very like, although it might not be like mass or thousands or whatever, there's still going to be someone that's like, oh,
you remember her?
Remember?
Yeah.
When or maybe it's someone from the Remix project, right? Down the road where it's like they're getting interviewed and they're like, how did you get into it? Well, this amazing bad bitch named Coco.
Yeah, that's so nice. I guess that's a different understanding of legacy. And you would just want someone to think that you left them better.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
That's definitely. What about you? What's your legacy?
To spread joy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do that.
Thanks.
You do that.
Try. I just think this world's so like sad.
Yes.
It's so sad. It's so dark. It's so heavy. Where I'm like, can we just be in a silly, goofy mood sometimes? Yes. And that's what I want to do.
All the time.
All the time. Yes, we can have moments where, we cry all together, but let's have a good belly laugh. Yeah. Like, when was the last time you had a belly laugh?
Yesterday.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And I think that's why people need to meet people in real life.
Yes.
Because, I mean, I knew you from social media and seeing you, and you're amazing on social media. Thanks. But you're so much more amazing in person. I'm very
different in person. Yeah. But that's why social media is not real.
It's not real. So I catch myself sometimes being like, because you get kind of judged and you're like, okay, I don't need to. I have my job. I don't need to be on here like this.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh, what I posted, someone's thought 10 different things about how you post. And it's just like, so people need to meet people in real
absolutely. Life. I posted something yesterday about like just my health, like overall self-love journey. Yeah. I got so many different kinds of responses. Really? Yeah, but I'm like, you're never going to please everyone online. It's actually impossible. Yeah. So if you are chasing that people pleasing from an online perspective, you're not going to survive. Stop.
Yeah, there's no point.
You're going to make yourself sick.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, if that's how you took it, cool. But like, let's have a conversation one day. Like, like that's why I'm like, this is why I actually started the show. Because I'm a yapper. Yeah.
I love it.
I am a yapper. Yeah. Like, and I don't group situations. Yeah. Sure, I can make it, but I love a good
narrow in on someone. That's
like just
me
like
too.
That's it. I'm like, let's sit on the couch and kiki. Like that's truly it. Yeah. Like so, that's it. This was cute. I love talking to you, which is wonderful. Welcome back to unMASCed. We are live on location at Transmission Studios, and I think we're gonna get a tour.
You absolutely are going to get a tour. Come on.
Let's go.
Welcome to my crib. There's nothing here. Going to help me furnish it?
Let's go.
No, this is our transmission studio, our studio space. It's also an event space. You can film here. We're actually having a film crew come in tomorrow to do a whole shoot for a TV show.
Oh.
Yep. Okay. So it's a big 3,600 square foot box.
That's great. I just want to do cartwheels and I can't do cartwheels. I'm like, should I try?
Try.
I'm like, watch me get hurt, and this is
don't do that. Our insurance is
I will
okay.
actually try. No.
Oh.
I don't.
Yes, nailed it.
Nailed it. Simone Biles, watch out! No,
here we come.
Here we come.
I'll be your trainer.
I love it. Yeah, and I've come to events here before, and it's really cool how you can transform the space.
Totally. You need to have vision for sure because it's a big white box, but it's like an event planner or event producer's dream.
Yeah, which is great. And I can like even see like filming content here.
Yes.
Doing like a party here.
Oh yeah.
Workout class here. There's many things.
So many things.
Which is super cool. And why did you name transmissions?
Yeah, so it used to be a transmission shop.
Oh.
That's why it's got these really big garage door.
doors.
And after it was a transmission shop, it actually sold luxury kitchens. So we just took it down to the studs again. But that's why it has such really high ceilings.
Yeah.
But yeah, they used to fix cars in here.
Cute. I love that you like paid respect to like the OG, you know, which is amazing. And there's like a little space over here, which is cute.
We call this Sunlight Studio. Yes. It's just has that nice little sunlight so you could get natural light. I feel like
this is definitely like a
Are
we modeling now? Yeah, pose.
Where's our fan?
Yeah, we just need to blow try. I love it. And then there's the other garage door.
Yeah, so it can be indoor outdoor too.
Love
because
that.
We have this space here.
Amazing.
Yeah, and then we have a little patio out there, which I don't think we should go right now because I think
but
it snowed last night.
Yes, it did snow last night.
It did, which is very strange.
I literally looked at I went to go turn my heat on because I was freezing.
Yeah.
I look outside and I'm like, is that snow?
I know.
Wild. Toronto is wild. Yes. But that's great because then there's an outdoor patio for any type of event in the summer, which is amazing.
Yeah, and then we have
fantastic
6 washrooms.
That's great.
Accessible washroom. And that's us.
Wonderful. And 6 washrooms is good when you're doing an event.
It is.
Because sometimes you go to an event and there's one washroom.
I know. It's never good.
Yeah, no, I love it. All right, and then people can just book through.
You can find us on Instagram at Transmission Studios. There's a link in our bio that leads you directly to our website.
Love it.
You can inquire there, and someone will get back to you ASAP.
Fantastic. Well, there you go. Your next spot. Heard it here first. Okay. Welcome back to unMASCed. We are ending the show with my favorite game. We always end in a game because we need to have fun.
Okay.
And it's called This or That. Okay. So I'm going to say 2 things, and you have to choose this or that.
Okay.
Rapid fire.
Let's go.
All right. A big brand campaign or underground cult favorite?
Underground cult favorite.
Pop-up event or digital launch?
Pop-up event.
Yeah. Classic marketing or guerrilla marketing?
A mix.
Okay. Work from the beach in Bali or penthouse in New York?
New York. Even though I'd like to go to Bali, but I wouldn't want to work there. I'd want to be there just
to relax. I feel that. Luxury brand or affordable mass? Like a Zara, H&M.
That is such a hard question.
It is.
Because they are equally as difficult to work with. Luxury brand right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Spontaneous business idea or meticulously planned?
No, spontaneous.
Yeah. Instagram or TikTok?
TikTok.
A network dinner or solo brainstorming?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Networking dinner sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Anything like a dinner is fine, but once you add networking, it's just so solo.
Solo. Would you rather run a Fortune 500 or be a serial entrepreneur?
Serial entrepreneur.
Yeah. Okay, this one's fun. Would you rather do event planning for Beyonce or strategy planning for Rihanna?
Strategy planning for Rihanna.
Michelle or Barack?
Not fair. For what though? We need to be more specific.
That's true. For a dinner.
For a dinner.
Well, we did dinner. How about a vacation?
Michelle.
Yeah, that's a good one. Would you rather go for coffee or a cocktail?
Right now, coffee.
Yes. Yeah.
But soon, cocktail.
Yeah. Okay. Would you rather go back in time to change one business decision or get a sneak peek of your future?
I wouldn't change anything. I don't know if I want to see the future.
Yeah.
But probably future.
That's fair. All expenses paid, year off, or unlimited funding?
Unlimited funding. Oh my gosh.
I know, when I was like thinking, I'm like, that is absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Would you rather make 1 million overnight or 1 billion over 20 years?
1 billion over 20 years.
I'm with you on that.
And
for the long run.
Yes, in for the long run, but you'd be making money up to the billion too.
Yes.
So.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
You'd
go.
be rich all the way.
Are you day or night?
Wow. I love the day, but night. But now I go to sleep at like 10.
That's the story of my life.
Waking up
sleep is so important.
Exactly.
Are you you're prioritizing your sleep?
Prioritizing sleep and like waking up with the sun is such a beautiful thing. Yeah. Now that it's actually kind of coming out.
Yes. All right, a few more.
Okay.
Cat or dog?
Dog.
Yeah, and you have a cute dog too.
I do.
Yeah.
She wanted to come today.
Oh, I would have she would have just been on the couch. I would have been loving it. Beach or mountain?
Beach.
Beach. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one. And then sweet or savory?
Savory.
Where can people find you? Where can they find your business? How can they book your studios?
That Good Co. My handle is at Catriona. My name is Katrina. It's Gaelic, so it has the silent O. But it's at Catriona Smart and at Transmission Studios.
I love it. And it will all be linked below.
It will be.
So go check it out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, it's wonderful. Yay. Thank you.
You guys had such good conversation.
Yeah,
really
great
combo. It's going to be like
So thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I had a great time.
I had a great time.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
And you're an icon. So
you're
thank
such
you.
a vibe.
You are a vibe. We're vibing. Are we flirting with each other?
Maybe.